Hello. We're gonna begin with a chant that you're probably familiar with. Asatoma Sad-Gamaya. And then we're going to get right into an asana practice. I'm not going to describe or talk about much. We're going to do the chant as a means of setting the intention. If you don't know it or you're not familiar with the meaning, don't worry about it. And then I'm going to share with you a little bit of something from Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj at the end of the class. And then we're going to have a bit of an extended meditation practice. Start with the sound of Om together. I'm gonna do the chant 3 times all the way through. So if you chanted this melody with me before, join in when you're ready. Or you can wait till the second time or just listen. But I'm not gonna do call and response 3 times in a row. Om Asatoma Sad-Gamaya Tamaso Maa Jyotir-Gamaya Mrytyor-Maa Amritam Gamaya Om Shaantih 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 Om Asatoma Sad-Gamaya Tamaso Maa Jyotir-Gamaya Mrytyor-Maa Amritam Gamaya Om Shaantih 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 Om Asatoma Sad-Gamaya Tamaso Maa Jyotir-Gamaya Mrytyor-Maa Amritam Gamaya Om Shaantih Shaantih Shaantih. I just put the playlist into the chat. So let's hit play and come to stand at the front of the mat. Standing in Tadasana. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, look forward, right foot lunge. Exhale, the knee down, toes point. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body. Come up onto the fingertips. Exhale, back, plank pose, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhale, forehead down. Inhaling, lifting up and moving back. Down dog. And as you exhale, right foot forward, back knee down, toes point. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the left foot forward and fold over the legs. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, left foot lunge. Exhale, knee down, toes point. Inhale, fingertips, front body long, hips descend. Back to a plank pose, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, sliding forward. Exhale, forehead down. Inhaling, lifting up and moving back. Exhaling, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the right foot forward and fold. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, come to stand, Tadasana. Jivamukti Surya Namaskar. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold, interlace the fingers behind the back. Straight arms and legs. Inhale, hands down, right foot lunge, keep the knee lifted. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhale, back, right foot forward. And then left foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach forward, up and arch back. Exhale, reverse, bend, interlace the fingers, straighten the arms and legs. Inhale, hands down, left foot lunge. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhaling, back, down dog. Left foot forward. Right foot forward, fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhaling, come to stand, Tadasana. Inhaling, Utkatasana. Exhaling, hands down to the floor, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhaling, Chaturanga one more time. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhale left, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhale, back, down dog, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, lightly step or hop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhaling, palms down, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up. Exhale, back. Inhale, right foot, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, hands down to either side of the front foot. Exhaling, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, left, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhaling, plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale onto the right hand and the outside of the right foot. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Then release the left forearm. Roll to the left foot. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Bring the right forearm down so you're in a forearm plank. Take 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3. Roll to the left forearm, outside of the left foot. Bring the right hand down. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Left arm up. Hands in, feet, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhaling back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left hand, left foot. Inhaling, reach the right arm up. Exhaling, right forearm down, left arm up. Left forearm down, forearm plank pose. Take 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3. Roll to the outside of the right foot, left arm up. Left hand down, pop yourself up to plank on the left side, side plank. Plank pose, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, sliding forward and up. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, lightly step or hop. And exhale, fold. Inhaling, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhaling, palms to floor, Uttanasana. Inhaling, look forward. Exhale, lightly step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhale, right foot, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, you're going to make Garudasana arms with the left arm underneath. So wrap the left arm under. And then maybe you can double wrap the arms. Turn the torso to the right. Lift the elbows up. Move the forearms parallel to the front wall. Then bend the right knee a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift the elbows, chest. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Bend the right knee a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift the upper arm, shoulders a little higher. Exhaling 5. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Open the arms and hips. Exhaling, bend the right knee. Interlace the fingers above the head. Turn the palms to face up. Lengthen through the side body. And then float the arms down for warrior 2. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. Reach the right arm forward. Exhaling for Trikonasana. Inhale, the left arm is up. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling, bend the right knee, hands down to either side of the front foot. Option, step back, down dog, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, back, down dog. Left foot, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, this time the right arm underneath. See if you can double wrap the arms. So often what happens is that the chest wants to turn over to the right, and the arms make that a little bit easier. So you have to really push the right elbow away. Pull the left arm to the left as you bend the left knee. Lift the upper arms. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. As you inhale, straighten the leg. Open the arms and hips. Reset yourself for Virabhadrasana 2. And then bending the left knee. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, straighten out the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Hands down, step back. Either Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, back. Downward facing. Hold. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, come forward to plank. Bring the knees down to the floor. Walk the arms forward for Anahatasana. So try to get the hips over the knees as the arms go forward. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come forward to a plank position. Toes tucked. Lift the knees up away from the floor. Lift the hips away from the floor. 10 breaths in a forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale 1. Continue to breathe. It's 5. 7, 3 more. Inhaling. Exhaling, stay with me. Inhale. Exhale, last breath. Stay with me if you're still there. Inhale. Exhale, release the knees to the floor. Sit back on the feet. We're going to set up for Pinchu Mayurasana, forearm stand. So if you want to use the wall, if you want to use a block, belt, get that now. We're going to do 10 hops one leg, 10 hops the other leg, or hop up if you're using the wall and see if you can hold for as long as you can. If that's 20 breaths, great. If not, come down and then do another few breaths, hold. I'm going to try to lift up and hold for 20. I'll see you on the other side. It's halfway. If you've come down, hop a few more times. So switch. If you did 10 hops on the right leg, now you do 10 hops on the left leg. Two more. Sit back on the heels. Take a gentle twist to the right. And gentle twist to the left. Come back center. And push back downward facing dog. Right foot forward into a lunge. Exhale, back knee down. Inhale, torso and the arms up. Exhaling, rotate. Find an arm variation that works for you. And then back knee up away from the floor. 3, 4. Hands down to either side of the front foot. Step back, down dog. Left foot forward, lunge, back knee down. Inhale the torso and the arms up. And exhaling, rotate. And same arm variation you did on the other side. And then back knee up away from the floor. Three more breaths. 1. Last one. Hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhaling onto the abdomen. Arms alongside the body. Shalabhasana. Inhale, lift, adjust in legs. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhaling, 3. Inhale. Exhaling, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Release hands underneath the shoulders. Come to a hands and knees position. We're going to take an Anahata Asana again. But you can bring the 2 blocks in front of you if you have them. You can also do this without blocks, it's fine. Knees back underneath the hips. Reach your hands really far forward on the blocks until the fingertips come off the blocks. Then turn the palms to face each other like you're karate chopping the blocks, but the pinky is all the way off. And then slowly begin to release the forehead toward the floor, or maybe it's your chin or your nose that comes down. And now we're going to take an action, which is to come out of this slightly by dropping the tailbone down, round the lower back, karate chop the blocks down with your karate hands. So the outer edge of your hand is really pressing down, the tailbone is pressing down. Try to pull the knees and the blocks toward each other. And then slowly release that and go back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Resist the back bend by tailbone down. Slowly lift by pressing the hands into the blocks. You're really pressing down, but you're not just lifting up to do that. There's resistance all the way up. You should feel this in the side body, along the shoulder blades, and now slowly release that as the forehead or the chin or the chest comes back down. Tailbone down, round, come out of it, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift a little higher, and then come all the way back down, hold 3 more breaths. Walk the arms forward. And then slide forward. Push back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward into a lunge. Bring the left knee down to the floor, hands up onto the right thigh. Let the hips continue to descend. Now you're going to start to make circles. So keep the hands on the right leg, but move your left hip over to the left, back, over to the right, and then it starts to come forward. So see if you can slowly find this circular motion with the hips so they're coming out to the left, back, over to the right, forward, over to the left. Yeah. Your torso will move in an opposite direction to just kind of counteract that weight movement, distribution of the center of gravity. Now reverse. So the hips are going to come forward and down, over to the right, back toward the left heel, over to the left, and then down. Let's do 2 more circles in that direction. And the next time the hips come forward into that lungy, classical lunge variation, just pause there for a moment. See if you can descend a little bit more. Lift the chest up, lean back, let the head go back, hips forward, and then slowly come forward and down with the hands, head. Switch the position of the feet. Left foot forward, right toes point. Hands up onto the left leg. Let the hips come down. Okay, so just pause there first. Check in, see how that feels. Then moving over to the right. Hips over to the right. Back toward the right heel. Over to the left. And then forward. Really make the circle without challenging the balance too much. Make the circle as big as you can in all directions. It might not be so even, meaning it's easier for me to bring the hips forward or to get a sense of them coming forward than it is back. But just make it as big as a circle as you can. And the next time you come center, go the opposite direction. So over to the left, then back, over to the right, forward. 2 more times like that. Feel out the edges. And the next time the hips come forward, pause there. Hips down. Press into the hands to move the chest up, back, head back. And then rock forward, hands down. Step back, down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Come onto Sphinx pose, forearms on the floor, setting yourself up for Ardha Vrksasana. Bring the left forearm across the chest. We'll start on the right side. Bend the right knee, reach back, grab a hold of the top of the right foot. So maybe you want to just look at the camera for a moment, or the screen. I'm rolling to the left side, so I'm on the outer edge of my left leg. And then I'm going to bring my knees together, one on top of the other. And I'm going to try to get the arm position of my hand and foot already here. And I want to bring my heel close in so that my right thigh externally rotates. I want to try to keep that. Lift my hips up as I come down, and then slowly press the hips down, or release the hips down. So my right knee moved a little bit away from my left knee. That's okay, but I don't want to just give it up. Now put a little bit more weight into the right hip by, it's almost like you're trying to turn the right hip, the right side of the pelvis over into the floor. Kick the right foot up into the right hand, but don't let the foot move. We're going to do some P and F. Pushing the foot up and the hand down. They're meeting each other. The resistance is equal. Now let the hand win and see if you can't get that the right foot a little bit closer to the floor. You can stay like this for another 2-3 breaths, or pivot so your left hand points forward, then push off the floor to lift the chest up as the right heel goes down. Left elbow down. We'll release the right hand. Let's go to the opposite side. So you're going to roll to the outside of the right leg. I'm bringing the right forearm across the body so I can just help with the balance. Bending the left knee. See if you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of the foot. All right, so you might be here somewhere. If you can, try to bring the knees back toward each other and point the toes toward the head. Turn the hands out so the toes are free. Turn the hands out so the toes are free. Pull the heel toward the hip and then roll back on to the top of the legs. I'm going to lift my hips up before I finish and then settle them down evenly as I can manage. And then I'm going to let the hand and the foot press into each other a little bit. Get a sense of that. And then the left hip. It's like you're trying to turn the left hip into the floor. If you can figure out a way to turn that left hip into the floor. Top of the left thigh going toward the floor. Then PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. That's a very fancy, long syllable way of saying push the foot and the hand into each other without letting either of them move away from the floor, or closer towards it for that matter. Just keep the foot and the hand pressing into each other, and then let the hand win. Stop pushing and get that heel down. Keep turning that left hip into the floor. You can stay like that, or turn so that the right hand is forward. Lift the elbow up away from the floor, but continue to bring that left heel down. Chest up, elbow down, release the foot. Tuck the toes under, move back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhaling, lie down on the abdomen. Separate the feet as wide as the hips. Setting up for Bhujangasana. So we did some work on the hips and the shoulders. We're going to get into the spine a bit now. So press down. Push your pubic bone into the floor. Pull your tailbone back. How are you going to do that? By gently engaging the buttock muscles. Lifting the head, chest up. Elbows drop down, pull back. Navel pulling in and up. So the lower belly is resisting the back bend. The head can go back eventually. And release down. Lift up to hands and knees, and then for Ustrasana, camel. Toes can be tucked under. Sit on the heels for a moment. Sitting on the heels, grab a hold of them behind your back with your hands. Then by pressing into the hands, meaning pressing the hands down into the feet, maybe you want to just fix your toes for a second. My toes were a little bit funky, so I'm just going to pull the toes under a little bit more with my fingers. Then by pressing the heels into the hands, lift the hips, push the hips forward, and then eventually you can let the head back. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, come up. Point the toes, sit back on the feet. Great, then inhaling, lift up. Legs in a ustrasana position again. But this time, you're going to take the right leg out to the right. So the foot is in front of my left knee, meaning front to back. And out to the right side. Toes pointing forward. Arms up to the height of the shoulders. And then I'm going to turn to the right and see if I can find my left heel with my right hand. And then I'm going to encourage the hips forward toward the front of the body. Drop the sitting bone. Follow it with my head and moving back. I have a wall here, but if you don't have a wall, the left arm can go even further back. And then inhaling, lift. And release. I'll do it from the other angle so you can get a different sense in case that wasn't clear. Because I know that it's hard to get everything in the shot sometimes. Left leg is forward of the right thigh. Not really like a Upavishta Konasana, like a straddle. Not that far forward, but in that general direction. Right toes tucked under, I'm lifting. Then I'm going to turn to the left, find the heel, right arm up and back. And then pushing into the ball of the left foot, pushing the left hand down into the heel so that I'm trying to get that right hip forward as the right arm comes up and over. And then inhaling, lift up. Come back center. Downward facing dog. And then inhaling, come forward to plank, eventually making your way onto your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor, arms alongside the body for half wheel. Press down, inhale, lift the lower, middle, and upper back away from the floor. Interlace the fingers, press the fists down. You can bring the shoulders underneath you, and then move the knees toward the torso to lift the hips and move the chest toward the chin. Three more breaths. Release down. Take a block and put it on this, so this is how it's going to be underneath my sacrum. So I'm going to slide it underneath. So you can see the narrow edge in the screen. That's how you will probably feel most comfortable. But if you want to turn it in a different direction that's more accessible to you, great, do that. Start by straightening the left leg out on the floor and then the right leg out on the floor. But engage the legs, the quadriceps, so that the upper inner thighs roll down. And if you really engage it, it's probably going to lift your chest away from the floor a little bit higher. Lower belly pulled in and up, so there's this gentle traction from the ribs into the pelvis, into the legs. So the legs are not sleeping here, they're very active. Then slowly straighten, bend the right knee, bend the left knee. I'm going to start with the left leg so you can see it, but I'm going to walk the left foot back toward the block until I can catch it with my left hand. And then I'm going to try to pull the top of the foot to the floor as I continue to then release. I'm going to I don't want my left knee to move out to the left, but I want to hug the inner thighs toward each other
as I'm encouraging that left knee forward and down. Even, I like to shift some weight so that my block starts to lean a little bit with my sacrum, meaning there's one little edge that lifts away from the floor. My block, instead of being straight up like that, starts to tilt. It's not much, it's not intense, it's just a little tilt because that's the direction my sacrum is going. And then it feels nice and supportive and flat against my sacrum. And then let the shoulders inch away so the block can come back to neutral. Use your hand to release the left foot. Bend the right knee. Find a way to bring that foot underneath you. And you can kind of bring the hands by the ears to shift the weight toward the back edge of the mat, toward the direction of the knee. And that means that the block starts to go from an upright to a tilting position. My right side is very different than my left side, and I can feel this right through my abdomen here. So I'm just giving a gentle massage into my abdomen region on the right side. Maybe that feels nice to you. And then slowly release. Take that right leg out. Blocks out.
Rest on your back. Feet wide apart, bring the knees together. Okay, you can do half wheel. You can do a block underneath the sacrum for half wheel. You can do block underneath the sacrum and work on pulling the feet under you if you really want to get into the iliopsoas and the quadriceps, rectus femoris. Okay. Otherwise, Urdhva Dhanurasana. And I'm still not feeling super warm because it's quite cold where I am today. Lots of snow. And I resist superheating the apartment. So I'm going to use blocks still and the wall. So I'm going to... something I've taught many times, but in case you're unfamiliar, blocks are going to go where my feet were, and it's harder to lift, but it is easier once I'm up. If there's another variation that you want to take, great, do that other variation. When you're ready, inhaling, lifting up. And release down. It can be also nice to put the blocks underneath your wrists if you're not familiar. You can just turn them, and it's nice if you have a baseboard or the lip of a door to kind of support yourself. Second wheel, press down, inhaling, lifting up. Okay, if there's any variations you want to do for this, please take them now when you're ready. Oh yeah, sorry, there was a variation that I wanted to teach. Okay, so if you have blocks, remove them. We're gonna do Urdhva Dhanurasana into tiptoe fish. So if you already know that's not a thing that's gonna be happening today, then forget I said that and do your own thing. Otherwise, you want to set yourself up so that if you're using the wall, it's not going to block you. Place the hands and feet, setting up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Inhaling, lift up. And then walk the feet closer in toward the hands. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Bring the top of the head to the floor. Sit on the heels. Reach the hands to the feet. Get them really underneath you. And then you're going to direct the knees to the floor. Bring the hands into a prayer position. And then bring the hands back to the ears. Hands still setting up. We're going to come back to Urdhva Dhanurasana. Then shift the weight forward onto the top of the head. Separate the hands. The feet coming back towards that neutral position. Inhale, lifting up.
And release down.
Keep the feet wide. Knees together. Let the lower back start to release. And then you're going to start to tilt the pelvis. So let there be a gentle arch in the back. And then flatten the lower back by really engaging your stomach super strong. And then release. Let the lower back gently arch. And then engage. Release. Bend the knees into the chest. You can gently rock side to side. And bring the knees over to the left as you twist to the right. Switch sides. And come center. Rock yourself up to a seated position. All right. We're going to take seqeunce. Seqeunce with the right shin in front. That means cross at the middle of the shin so that the feet are close to being underneath the hips. And then slowly walk the hands forward. You can let your head rest down. And then let the torso just gently rock side to side. As a means to just releasing into those hips a bit more. And coming up, switch so that the left shin is in front. And then coming forward and down. And you can gently rock side to side. Maybe you get a little deeper. And then inhaling, lift up. Extend the legs forward. And take Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Inhaling, come up. Lean back into the tabletop. Bend the knees, lift the hips. Release the hips. Take, so you have an option here. We're going to take, you know what? No, not so much of an option. We're going to take Gomukhasana. So stacking the right knee on top of the left. So you can do this by coming onto hands and knees first, and then sitting up on a block or a couple blocks, and then folding forward. It can be nice to, if your head reaches that far, to let your forehead rest on a block, or to just hook the chin on front of the knee, whatever's available to you. Try to make it as relaxed as you can. And then just move a little bit the torso from side to side so that you can feel you're transferring the weight from the left side, the left hip, the left buttock, over to the right. And then coming up, switch sides. So the left knee is on top. You can come through Dandasana, extending the legs. Or if you're coming onto hands and knees, just come to hands and knees and switch the position. And coming forward and down. And then allow the hands to kind of just distribute the weight to the right, from the right buttock to the left. And then just release down center for a moment. And then coming up. If you have a wall, We're going to come into Viparita Karani. So it will be nice to bring the legs up if that's available to you, using the wall as a support instead of just lifting up. I'm going to use a blanket. You can, of course, use a block. I find it to be not so nice, actually. And, of course, luxury would be a... oh my gosh, I don't know why my brain can't think of the word. You know what I'm talking about. Big cushion, bolster. Thank you. I know you were saying it. You were saying it in your head for me. But I like to get myself set up and then lift my hips, slide whatever support I have, a bolster or blanket underneath. Buttocks against the wall, legs up. Or buttocks towards the wall at least. And if you have the space, bring the feet together, knees apart for Baddha Konasana shape. Feet together, knees out to the side for Baddha Konasana shape if you have the space. And then bring the knees in toward the chest. Roll over to one side, and then up to sit. Find a comfortable position. Actually, before you find a comfortable position, either pause or just turn off the music for a moment. And then get yourself a comfortable seat. As this recording is happening in November, we're in the last days where the focus is on svadhyaya, self-study. Putting our attention and effort into figuring out what we mean, what sense do we use the word I am, or self, or personhood. It is often said that we have a body and mind, but we are not the body and mind. This is something Sri Brahmananda Saraswati used to say often. So I want to read to you a little bit from a book entitled I Am That. And the title of this section is, it's the very first section called The Sense of I Am. It's a question and answer. And the student, after some back and forth, about the sense of I am and what it means. And this idea of having a body and mind, but there might be something beyond that, under that, animating the body and mind, and yet separate from. And the questioner asks, what benefit is there in knowing that I am not the body? Sri Nisarga says, even to say that you are not the body is not quite true. In a way, you are all the bodies, hearts and minds, and much more. Go deep into the sense of I am, and you will find. How do you find a thing you have mislaid or forgotten? You keep it in your mind until you recall it. The sense of being I am is the first to emerge. Ask yourself whence it comes, or just watch it quietly. When the mind stays in the I am without moving, you enter a state which cannot be verbalized, but can be experienced. All you need is to try and try again. After all, the sense I am is always with you, only you have attached it to other things. Body, feelings, thoughts, ideas, possessions, and more. All these self-identifications are misleading. Because of them, you take yourself to be what you are not. I'm just going to repeat that. The sense of being I am is the first to emerge. When the mind stays in the I am without moving, you enter a state which cannot be verbalized, but can be experienced. All you need to do is try and try again. After all, the sense I am is always with you. Only you have attached all kinds of things to it. Body, feelings, thoughts, ideas, possessions, and more. All these self-identifications are misleading. Because of them, you take yourself to be what you are not. The questioner replies, well then what am I? Maharaj says, it is enough to know what you are not. You need not know what you are. For as long as knowledge means description in terms of what is already known, perceptual or conceptual, there can be no such thing as self-knowledge. For you cannot be described except as a total negation. You cannot be described except as a total negation. As you sit here, we're going to take a meditative practice called Neti Neti. Not this, not this. He says we have attached things to it like feelings, possessions, with the eyes closed. Begin to think of some of the possessions that you have. Perhaps the clothes you're wearing right now. If you changed your clothes or took them off completely, would you still be you? answer is most likely very obvious. I am not these clothes, and these clothes are not me. Do this with a few of your possessions. Perhaps you have some prized possessions. Start there. And what about your phone? I am not my phone, and my phone is not me. Now, what about things that are a bit more intimate? If we took off your hair, disappeared it, would you still remain? I am not my hair. My hair is not me. I am not my height. My height is not me. I am not my weight. My weight is not me. I am not my gender. My gender is not me. I am not my discomfort. My discomfort is not me. The feelings come and go. Sometimes you are angry, sometimes happy. If you were not angry, if you were not sad, would you still be you? I am not these emotions. These emotions are not me. I am not these expectations. These expectations are not me. I am not this body. This body is not me. I am not this mind. This mind is not me. Rest as the sense of I am. going to lie down on your back for Shavasana. If you want to put on a track, the last track in the playlist, you can. Otherwise, you can also keep it quiet. It's going to be a brief Shavasana. Allow the breath to deepen but stay on your back. And then slowly rolling to one side. And then up to sit. Ending as we began with the sound of Om. Inhale. Shaanti, 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 Hari Om. Namaste.